All right. Hello, everyone. So, yeah, we're going to be playing Late Age Relay. Now, this is one of the factions. Ilwinter really made an attempt to go through and add something to a lot of the factions which were really weak or unloved in Dominions 5. And Late Age Relay, is at the bottom of a lot of tier lists. I think it actually was better than, everybody said it was one of the worst nations in the game. Not everybody, but a lot of people. So everybody said it was one of the worst nations in the game, and we'll do a quick overview for it right here at the beginning. It's with pretty good reason. They basically get pop kill, and they turn their own mages insane in their Dominion. But they don't. The free spawn they get was complete garbage. It was really bad. And the nation actually has really good stuff you can summon and recruit. So it kind of felt bad getting getting pop kill, because you really want to make Meteorite Guard, which are really good, and other things. So anyway, it got and I'll be looking at the chat every once in a while. So welcome Ryan, welcome Avarita. So yeah, it got hated on a lot. I ended up coming up with, and I think I might have made a video for it. I can't remember now. But basically I kind of invented this one Dom strength build for Asphodel and Rlyeh, which were kind of not very good nations. And both those nations have gotten love in Dominion 6. To the point where I don't think you need to play a one Dominion build. I think, however, for Rlyeh at least, that a one Dominion build may still be optimal. It's definitely something to consider with both of these. It's a higher skill cap thing, though. You have to manage your Dominion a lot. Might not be something you want to do for single player. So we're not going to do it here, but I think it may still be the best build. The changes that have been made from Dominions 5 to Dominion 6, there are a few that affect Rlyeh. One of them is when you have Dominion in a province, your Dreamers and Madmen, which get summoned in your provinces automatically, based on how much Dominion you have, they will get transformed into these spirit entities that do false damage, right? So it really is starting to embody deep insanity, right? So you're getting these weird illusory, however you say it, critters, free spawn basically now, because these guys sucked. The Dreamers and Madmen were really bad. They're some of the worst free spawn in the game, but now they turn into these guys that have armor negating attacks. They have one hit point though, so they die really easily, but they're ethereal. It's interesting. I think I'm not sure how I feel about it. I've played them a little bit in single player and as part of the beta, just to get a feel for it. But I didn't play it very long. I did it more as a testing thing, just to see how the mechanics worked. I haven't really played against the AI. The other thing, so we're talking now, this isn't so much a change from 5 to 6. Oh man, a lot of people are joining the chat. Welcome. Mark, welcome aboard. I'm sorry you hate playing Rlyeh. Daniel, welcome. Maxine, welcome aboard. The fish slapping sound effect was the best. Yeah. Garrison, welcome. Lodigress. Your favorite function so far has been the blueprint function for map generation. Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. We might do that for this. That would actually be really funny. We'll see if we can do that here. But yeah, so if you have very high Dominion, you have a chance to summon void creatures. This really starts to kick in once you get about 8, 9, or 10 candles in a province. And I believe it affects how high a rolls you can get. So once you get 10, you have a chance at getting the pretty good void creatures. So I think when we're doing this playthrough here, we're actually going to be playing not with the one Dominion build, which I'm suspicious is the best way to play them still. We're going to be playing with very high Dominion and trying to have these armies of void creatures and then these ethereal dreamers. So we're going to really lean into the new mechanics that Ilwinter put in for Rlyeh. Now, I want to mention something about this, in that if you go for a 1 Dom Strength build, you can still preach low-income provinces all the way up to Dominion 7, right? But you'll have to do that with a Prophet or a Bishop Fish, because Bishop Fish are, they're Holy 3. And in a Temple province, they can preach up to 7 candles. For those of you who are new to the game, Dominion Strength is like how much of your god's influence is in a province, and it goes between 0 and 10. And based on how many candles you get when you pick your pretender, it's going to determine, how high that can ever go in a province. But if you can preach higher than whatever the Dominion score you pick is. So if we went for like a 1 Dominion build, we would still be able to go a lot higher. So we're going to make our god here. The other thing is your guys will turn insane and you can end up having multiple prophets. So those prophets are also a way to preach up higher. But they're also a way, if you go at 1 Dominion build, if you get a prophet in a province that you don't want them to preach and they do, you can end up getting the Dominion higher and it's hard to get back down. Anyway, the other change that I'll mention before we build our god, because a lot of things are the same, a lot of the units are the same. There's 2 other changes I want to talk about. One is that this is a Glamour Nation now. So I believe it used to be Astral 3 Death 1, and the Death is gone. These are no longer Death Mages, which kind of sucks because the Death was a really important path for using these guys as like thugs and super combatants. Because you do Power of the Spheres, and then you could do Invulnerability and stuff, and Soul Vortex. So that's out. You can't do that anymore. But they're Glamour Mages now, and they can potentially, if you get really lucky, you can roll up to Glamour 3. And there's some really cool Astral Glamour spells that you can cast, particularly like Project Self, where you send this guy to another province. That's actually exceptionally good on like a high Astral Mage, because you can pick off thugs with Project Self. Like, you can send a copy of yourself and do Soul Slay spam behind like PD, or like you remote summon some monsters and you do Project Self behind it and you slam Soul Slay. So this guy can be really cool. But yeah, and then they get the other paths like normal. This guy also Glamour Mage 2, and then he can potentially be Glamour 2, or he can get one in these other paths. And these guys also still have the summoning ritual. You can still go in the Void Gate to try to fish out spooky monsters. Slave mages. I think there might be items that give Void Sanity. I haven't checked. If somebody in the comments or one of the viewers wants to like go through and hunt with debug mod on what the glamour or what the Void Sanity items are, I don't know, but I'd be interested in sharing it with people. The final change I want to show you before we start making the god is that these guys, the Mind Blast has changed. So it's no longer fixed ammo. It will now fatigue you out if you do it, prior to going into combat. So you can cast it a bunch of times, and once you're done casting it, they'll charge in. But if you put up something, these aren't sacred, so unlike a Gartha where you might take like a Reinvigoration Bless, there's not that much you can do. I believe this also takes into account your encumbrance, but I'm not sure. We actually should test this at the beginning. I can't remember if it uses your encumbrance or not. I don't think it does, but I'm not sure. But you're either going to be taking 5 fatigue around or 9 fatigue around, depending on whether it uses your encumbrance. But once you get to 50, so it's about 10 casts, 5 to 10 casts, depending on which number it's using. Once you get to 50 fatigue, like once this fatigue number from casting it so many times gets up to 50, you will no longer be able to cast Mind Blast, and then you'll run into combat. If you put Relief up, it's potentially bad because they'll finish at different times, and then some will wade into combat before others. So anyway, things to think about. Okay, there's a lot of comments in here. Sounds vastly better than vanilla. Happy Dominion 6 Day, everyone. Yeah, happy Dominion 6 Day, everyone. I forgot this was a live stream and stuff until I started talking to chat. Yeah. How much pop kill is Dom 10? I think it's 1% pop kill per candle. So things are going to die very fast. Oh, the other thing that's changed, I'm glad you mentioned that, is that forts will protect a certain amount of population. I know they nerfed it a lot for Asphodel. I haven't checked back to see if they've also nerfed it for Rlyeh. It used to be you could maybe protect like 5,000 or 6,000 troops with the fort. We'll see what that's changed to here. I think I really liked when they added a fort protecting population mechanic to some of the light pop kill nations like Asphodel and Rlyeh. I don't know if they kept it though. I hope they get it back up to where it's 6,000 if it's not like that. Or maybe it shouldn't be a fixed number. Maybe it should be a percent of the carrying capacity of the province that comes from. Because I'll show you in game, but there's like a population like an ideal population for each province based on what type it is and how big it is and all that. Okay, so we're going to make a god. Those of you who watched my DE Late Age Rlyeh series will remember the King in Yellow and Bubbles. We could have Bubbles return. The other thing that's important is we don't really have sacreds. Okay, there's no sacreds down here for us to get. This is not a nation of sacreds, really. Our best mage out of our capital, not sacred. Our 2 workaday mages are the Star Child, who's an assassin and an Astral 1 mage, and the Slave mage, who's a slave and therefore has reduced upkeep but bad morale. None of these guys are sacred. Our only really sacred guys, we have 2. We have this guy who's a holy 2, and we have this guy who's a holy 1, and is also a slave. So actually the lowest upkeep, or one of the lowest upkeep priests in the game. I think Late Age Satis might have the lowest one, because they cost 30 gold and are sacred. They're not a slave, but, better to go ahead and have half gold cost. But yeah, those are only 2 sacred. So we actually don't have a huge role for sacreds. We can't also, one of the things you used to be able to do is you twice spawned these guys because they were death mages. And sometimes you would take like a recuperation or a reforming flesh bless on these guys for the twice born thugs. That's not an option now either. You can also put shrouds on these guys to do arcane finesse. And so we're in a weird situation. It's 2,700 pop for the cap. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, we want to see underwater assassinations. Yeah, we'll have to see how those go. Okay, so what to do here? We'll have to build a god. And the challenge is that we don't really benefit from much. Like, we don't benefit much from a bless. We kind of can expand okay. I like using these guys, these Slave Guardians, for expansion. They have a Bone Trident, which does a lot of damage. They're pretty fast, reasonably cheap, and have low upkeep. They can't go on land, but they also don't cost a ton of resources. Whereas the Meteorite Guard, who are maybe your best troop, cost a ton of resources, and they're slow. They're hard to expand with. But you can also expand with these guys, too, the Illithids. We'll probably do some of that, too. I still think the optimal build is like a Dom 1 build, so it's hard for me to not do that, but we're not going to do it. We're going to lean into the insanity. Okay, so what should we do? What would be cool? We could do an expander. That would be kind of interesting. So here's the thing. If you do, we'll just start with this guy, because he's kind of cool. His face is like this tentacle that does life drain, and it's a very strong life drain attack. Probably one of the best life drain attacks in the game, because it's this huge armor-piercing life drain tentacle. It scales with strength damage and other things, so it's really good. Sadly, it keeps him from wearing hats, as you'll notice. So this guy's pretty good. Let's start with, we might not end up using this pretender. Let's talk about what we'll do with the scales. We're not going to be able to recruit much stuff. All right. So the thing we're sure about is we're going to go magic 3, because we get a magic limit. We're going to go sloth 3. Like, we basically aren't going to have troop production scales. Maybe if you do this build, maybe if you really dump your production scales, it'll be a little tricky to expand, so maybe we do really need to think about an expander. And this guy really does fit the bill for that. He's a pretty good expander. Yeah, maybe we do that. Magic scale limit, unsurrounded. I wonder if any of these... So if you hit tab on this screen, you'll flash up what scales and paths they are. So it'd be kind of cool to get a luck scale, because I feel like that's going to be one of our main sources of income. That's something we probably don't want to dump. These things that give magic scale don't end up helping us, because we already have plus magic in our dominion, and those do not stack. Sadly, we don't get a luck-based pretender. It's a little sad. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do, I think we'll take luck. We're gonna take death, because the death you get is basically free design points. Temperature scales barely affect you underwater. If somebody had a heat or a cold scale, that would be also free design points. That would be kind of cool. I don't see that. Experiment with Mind Blast and Reinvigoration now that it has no ammo. Yeah, you can't do Reinvigoration because we don't have Sacreds. But yeah, Mind Blast is pretty good. That works for Agartha, though. Okay. Yeah, we don't have a way to dump temperature anymore. You can go... Heat might be a little better because water elementals are normally better in heat form. But we could do Murdering Winter, but we have really high protection Sacreds. I don't really know what's best, heat or cold. But we've created a lot of design points here. And we have Fear. I'm trying to think what would be good for us to take as part of a Bless. I mean, Arcane Finesse could be pretty good. We could also take... A lot of this is just going to be for our god. All would be really nice. I think All is Fire and Glamour. Unbearable Splendor could be cool. Do we have high defense? Not really. We are unsurroundable, though. Where's Awe? Glamour 6. I mean, maybe we could Thug with an Awe build. But Glamour can also cast Awe, so it's a little anti-synergy. Let's go ahead and go up to 10. Okay, if we go up to 10, we actually don't have a lot of design points. And maybe we just have, like... Maybe we just make this guy, like, a good caster. And that gives us some points here. Chill Aura... I mean, that might not be horrible. Slowing weapons defense skill. I wonder, let's look at our attack. We get it's only a 10 life drain attack. Fire would be a really good cross path to have. And then we also get to stack up our attack, which would be really nice with quickness, because then we get more life drain stuff, and then we can pick up Arcane Finesse. So maybe something like this. We want to go all the way up to Dominion 10 because we're going deep in the paint. I think we still want to be Astral 6. What do we skimp on here to get more design points? We want to be Awake. Man, this Fire was pretty expensive. I mean, we could get defense. The problem with defense is you get surrounded. And we need attack to actually get our life drain attack off. Does it not cap at cold one in the water? I think it still does. Magic leadership, so priests can lead siege chaff. That's not a horrible idea at all. That's actually not a bad idea. Okay, I think we'll go... Well, this also gives us access to Rune Smashers. This is really good, the Fire. I think this is what we want. And maybe we get, like, Dark Side Cookie said some Arcane Command, too. Okay, how do we pay for it? We're just not going to have quite all the scales we want. Do we just have to go neutral here? That might be what we have to do. Can we pick up another one? We can pick up a Fire 3. Maybe we just go one Arcane Command, and that'll give us another point for more attack skill. Because, attack skill is not totally lost. Like, if we do want to use these guys as thugs, they do have this life drain attack, which really would benefit from a bit more attack skill. I'm sorry, on these guys. Yeah, it's 11 attack. This would jump it up to, especially like on the water randoms or whatever, it's going to jump it up to 14. So I don't know. It's an idea. Okay, guys, I haven't researched this. Okay, so we're going to call this guy Face Hugger. And we're going to also use a map here. So we're going to create a map. And we're going to use the blueprint layout. We're going to edit this blueprint. And we're going to make this map have a Kraken in it. let's see. We're going to do kind of do a small brush. Okay, this would be cancer to actually play on in a multiplayer game. Wait, let me fix this here. We're going to do the eyes of the Kraken. And the medium, let's give these guys the little spade hands. Whoops, see? Let's give these guys the little spade hands that they tend to have. The little grippers on the end for a squid. Octopi don't. But then, you know, octopi also have the really long ones. Like they always have, or squid have the really long ones, you know? They've always got two, which are longer than the rest. Let's see. Okay, so this is going to be the map we're going to play on. And then, oh, no, but they have pointy heads too. So we'll go like this and we'll kind of round it out a bit. Yes. There we go. This is peak Dominions. So this is the map we're going to play on. We're going to put blue accuracy here. We're going to do it on 5. And this is going to make it follow our layout a bit more. And how many provinces? Set the number of provinces. 150. Sea area percentage. I think that's defined here. Let's do 150. Let's do 50. This would be a 10-player game. That seems okay. Okay, so it's making the map now for us. I was seeing, okay, so Mr. Beastimon. I just got here, so sorry to see if you've already answered this. But I'm seeing some stuff about growth death scales working differently in Dom 6. Is that a thing? Yeah, it is. Sort of. So they're mostly the same. Like the effects are pretty similar. They might have tweaked some of the values a bit. Ooh. Yes. Oh, no, we're missing an eye. All right, that's the one-eyed Kraken. And then the arm disappears. I'm okay with this. Save map. Kraken Fall. Now, it looks like there's no provinces here. Like there's no like terrain variation, like forests and swamps. That will all get fixed when you load the game. Because just the way these things are handled is a lot different in Dominion 6. Like, if you load this map that I just made, Kraken Fall, if you load it, so we're going to load it here, Kraken Fall, it's going to spawn different terrain every time you play on it. But it'll follow that same layout. Okay? We'll do this for the underground layout. We'll do a circle of caves. And we'll load that. Okay. And we're going to say ALA Rlyeh single player game. Okay. And we're going to play in late age. And there's I think it's the right size for 10 players. We'll do 9. So, and I'm going to set them to, we'll do Mighty, which is kind of like a fun, chill level. Oh, and we're going to do half of them standard and half of them defensive. This is really important for how aggressive the AI is, what turn they can declare war on you. Oh, sorry, I didn't answer it. So the changes are that they can go up to like 4 and 5 now. And at 4 and 5, you get forests that will grow. And in 4 and 5 death, you get wastelands that will spawn. Those are the big changes. And then population growth mechanics in general have changed some. Like terrains impact what kind of population growth you have. So that's to answer your question. Okay. So we're going to do 9 total. So that's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to change this guy to defensive. And then another 3. Okay. And then we're going to set them all to random land, and we're going to give ourselves 2 other underwater nations to fight against. And we're going to be playing... Oh, there's only 1 underwater. So let's just make sure there's an Atlantis here, and there's an Erythea. And I don't think there's other underwater nations, but we'll do some that are underwater capable, like Zabalba is, and Miklin. We'll do Zabalba and Miklin here, too. So there's some underwater capable... Oh, Joman, too. So we'll put a lot of the underwater capable ones, and then the remaining land nations, let's go ahead and put in some of the new nations. So we'll do the rest of the land nations will be the end successors, which are new. So we have Picone, these guys who are the little hobbit hornfoot people. We have Andromania, which is the dogs, the orderly dogs, the noble dogs. They're not the barbarians of the Middle Age. And then we have Femini, which are the, it is the civilized kind of Amazon tribe or whatever. So it's an all-woman society, or a society where a matriarchal society, and they're pretty cool. So yeah, got these guys, glamour sacreds, the elves of the late age. Okay. Did I pick these guys? Okay, wait, no. Femini, we need Andromania. Okay, so these are the nations we're playing against. We put it on Mighty. I think if you're new, like, just go ahead and put it on easy or normal. Difficult, the AI will have some challenge. Mighty, it still is kind of a punching bag a little bit for an advanced player, but I haven't played a ton of single player, so we'll get into this. Also, I've got a cutoff at 6, so we're only going to play like 40 more minutes, and then we're going to have to pick it up later. Chipotle, what's up? 90 stealth. Was that 90 stealth? Did I miss that? Okay. So our god. Now, one of the things that didn't come in the game is a load pretender button. We told him like 6 times, and it was in Dominions 5. I don't know why. But if you hit question mark, which is, the little shift question mark button on your keyboard, it'll show you the hotkeys for any screen in the game. This is the most important hotkey to know. It's the mother of all hotkeys, and it is question mark. And that will let you know. So here we're going to do Control L, and it's going to pop up and let us load a pretender. And here's the guy we just designed, Facehugger. 10 Dominion points, awake with attack skill, arcane command, and arcane finesse. All right, he's going to be our proud ruler. And we're going to hit OK. Our guy is Facehugger. And we're going to allow renaming. We are going to show score graphs. We're going to have common events. Minor story events enabled. Score graphs are enabled. Diplomacy is binding. Hall of Fame will move up to 20. You can do more mercenaries. Interesting. Global slots will do 7. I think this is all fine. Thrones. I think we're playing with 9 people, so we'll have 9 level 2 thrones. Now, okay, I'm just going to give you guys a disclaimer. We're playing on a Dominions generated map. These things tend to be very unbalanced. I've put some Map Nuke created maps on the workshop page, but there's a very good likelihood we have a horrible spawn. We'll see, or other people do. It's just these maps are not, in my opinion, fit for multiplayer. But hey, we got the Kraken map. What more can we ask for? Well, okay, wait. This is mentioned nowhere in the game. What does diplomacy do for single player? I don't actually fully know the answer to that. But in multiplayer, you can have diplomacy where you send agreements, but they won't actually stop you from doing hostile action. I assume it's the same in single player, where you can make agreements that'll stop the AI, but it won't stop you. That's my assumption. Ooh, our Kraken start. Okay, we actually got a real cap circle, though. One of the worst things that can happen is you get spawned in a lake, like a single province lake. So we'll see how this goes. Is this single player or multiplayer? This is single player. This is single player. Here's our god, the Facehugger. The Void Lord. Man of many legs and feet. Okay, to expand... Let's take a look at our stats. We've got 14 protection. That's not very good. We've got 12 attack and 13 attack and 12 defense. That's not that good. For research, we've got Conjuration 2. This was a pretty bad roll on what we researched. And we've got Evocation 1. Thaumaturgy 1. And Enchantment 1. Let's see if any of these things are going to give us things we can use. Strength of Giants is going to let us life drain a bit more. So that's not horrible. Resist Magic would be good if we were fighting players, but not really helpful for this. Thaumaturgy, Far Strike, Blink, Decay, Frighten, Curse. Nothing really good here. The things we're going to need, Body Ethereal, you actually get at Alteration 3 now instead of Alt 4, so that could be an early research target. Cheat Fate we can probably cast. I can't remember. Let's just see what we can cast here. Yeah, we can do Twist Fate. That's not going to help us much, though. The real things we want. So here are the things that are going to be like kind of game-changing for us for being able to expand. They're in water. So Quicken Self with this Life Drain attack is going to be really good. So will Ice Shield. This can only work underwater, but it's really good. These are the good ones. And then Liquid Body is really nice. Astral 3, we're going to get Body Ethereal. Okay, so here's the plan. We've got... Now, you can. This is the other thing. People are asking about population and growth. If you click on population, I've clicked like population right here, you can see a breakdown of what's all happening. So Rlyeh, we've got 4,000 people, or 40,000 people, not for long. Base population growth of 2, population density minus 0.2, terrain population growth minus 0.4. We must be in a deep sea then. Yeah, we're in a deep sea. Okay. So that's that -4. This is how the terrain impacts it. This is from the terrain. Then we've got the growth scale bonus because we're death 2. So we got -2 here. Then we get the dominion kill. This is from our dominion. And we can see the fort protects 2,700 people. That is not many. But it does mean we probably want to get forts built, though it might be a smaller amount than this. We probably want to get forts built before population gets beneath 27,000 or 2,700. What's my favorite age? I probably like late age a little bit more than others. We're getting out of the pond with this starting research. Forts protect from pop kill. Yeah, a little bit. I hope it's more than this. I feel like this is a little low. I think with it, if it were higher, it would make sense to go higher Dominion builds. But I think the optimal build with Rlyeh isn't what we're doing. I think it's actually whatchamacallit. I think that the optimal build is actually low Dominion at the moment, but we're not playing that. We're playing deep in the paint, 10 Dominion. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make this guy our prophet, right? Cometh ye void. And he is going to bring along... Should we really do this? No, we shouldn't do it. Okay, he's going to go wherever we're taking our party. And... okay, I'll tell you what I was thinking. I was going to bring, preach up our Dominion and our cap so we get more free spawn and more crazy shit. But I think it's going to kill our income too much. Let's just enjoy the low pop kill for a moment. Our God's going to get our Dominion up. Our Dominion's going to go up pretty quick. Maybe we should just go ahead and do it, you know? Maybe we should go ahead and do it. We're just going to go ahead and make him a prophet. We're not going to probably preach in our capital, but look, this population, it's not going to be around for long. We have a lot of gold to spend. The best things I have found for expansion are usually these guys with the trident. You see spear, trident. This little trident is what you want. So we're resource constrained, but what are we going to do? And then we want one of these guys very badly. He is going to be going into our void gate and trying to fish for powerful void creatures. And the reason you can use any void sanity. This guy has void sanity. You could use this guy. He has void sanity 5. But this guy gets a special bonus. He has a summoning skill bonus. And I think it's probably worth it, especially for a Let's Play where it would be so fun to roll a really cool dude. We're definitely going to go Alt 2 for first. For our first thing. And then after we get this guy, we're going to switch to slave mages who are going to be... They're going to go insane. What's their research? 16 verse 10. But especially at the start, so our guy can expand better, we really want to get research going. And even though they'll go insane and kind of be less efficient later, we want to go ahead and get them now. So those will be kind of the next things. So here we go. Next turn. Even the lake has tentacles. You're looking forward to the Marignon flagellant memes now? I know. Yeah. They're going to be fun. There's some fun ones. Oh, We found a throne underwater. It's like a broken off... How do you even get here? I don't know what it did for the underworld for this. I mean, we can't see all of it. I wonder if this is Fog of War or if this is an actual cave wall. I won't get to see. So when your god's alive, you see all the throne locations are known to us now. So there's Fog of War, but when your god wakes up, so if it's imprisoned, you won't know for a while. But when your god wakes up, you'll get to see all the thrones. Now, this guy is not going to research. We're going to set him to enter the Void Gate. Okay? And we already got some Void creatures here. We'll put these guys on Guard Commander, and there's a small chance they will help him like win a Void Gate thing. We're going to do Personal Luck and Fire. I don't know this will... I don't think you get to use your script if you get assassinated. Okay, we have an easy thing. A single merman. Or no, 10 mermen. Okay, we can actually split up our army. This is going to be huge. So let's send 20 and 10. Do we have poison resistance? Oh, we don't. That's actually a bit of a risk. How many? We're up to 3 candles here. So I'll look at the population score. You can see we're up to 3, almost 4% population kill a turn now. Kelp Forest. Man, these places have a lot of... I'm looking at the population here. They have a lot of population, each of these. Okay. And we got a bunch of Dreamers. What's the movement speed of these? 19, and these are 22. It's really going to be hard to keep these guys out of combat. We're going to let these guys turn into the ghost form. Okay. Special thanks to all my Patreons who got me to play the squids here, too. Let's go down here. So what we're going to do, we're going to have these guys on hold and attack. And these guys are the hammer of the hammer. I mean, the anvil of the hammer and anvil. I think this might work. Fire closest. This guy's got a Mind Blast attack he's going to use. This seems okay. Now we're going to switch, like I said, to Slave Mages. And where should we go with this guy? Let's maybe go down here. I don't want to I want to get a very high Dominion province soon, but I don't think I want it to be my capital. Okay. Here we go. A lot of population for now, yeah. Oh, did I not send my god out? I think I forgot to send my god out, guys. I think I was like, oh no, poison weapons, and then I forgot. Summoning was successful. We got a Sagath. Oh no, that was our guy. He got lost in time and space. Well, that's not worth it. This is like a 5% chance you get lost in time and space. Of course we get it. This is my luck, guys. I live with this every day. It's like a huge burden I bear. Let's watch the battle. So, okay, we went into the Void Gate. This is like a portal to another dimension where you get to go try to lure some void creatures back to fight for you. The only problem is sometimes you get lost in time and space like we did, which essentially means you just disappear for a long period of time and probably die. That is the insanity of Rlyeh. The other option is that the void creatures decide that you look like snacks and they kill you. And that's not necessarily great. Okay, our slaves aren't running yet, so that's nice. But we suffered some losses here. We took 23 losses. That's pretty significant. We're not going to be able to expand again, so these guys are going to have to come back home. Let's see if we can get one of these guys here. We want to go ahead and build a fort when we can. And we're going to need... we probably need to build a couple of these guys so that we have a backup for going into the Void Gate. Wait, what happened to us? How did we get a mute affliction? What the fuck? One of your... This is the luck I have to live with, guys. This is the luck that I suffer. We got an event this turn. An event has occurred in Rlyeh. One of your researchers discovered something so unspeakable that he turned mute. Our god is now permanently mute. He's lost half of his magic skill. I'm telling you, this is the luck that I have to live with every day of my life. What is this? What is this shit? Ugh. How do we get rid of this? I think it's like kind of like I don't think that's an easy one to get. Fuck. Ugh. Okay, we actually would maybe get killed by these guys. Okay, what to do? The poison spears is what's gonna fuck us up. That might have been what we should have got, was a bit of poison resistance, like a bit of nature. Can we make the poison? Will we be able to? We don't have enough protection to not get the poison damage. I don't think we can. Not many turns lost. Challenge mode. Let's go. Yeah. Take an awake expander. Step 1. Step 2. Get the mute affliction from a random event on the first turn. Dear Lord, sweet baby Jesus. But we're gonna get fucked up by that stuff. The other thing is that would be really helpful is if we had armor. Maybe we actually need to research construction. Let's get construction 1 and alt 2. Okay, this is going to be a little slow. Need to go and die and see if resummoning works. Yeah, I think that will fix it. There's some afflictions like I think Soul Slay on your god goes away when you resummon them. I think Feeble Minded goes away if you resummon them. Mute might be on that list. There's some afflictions that when you resummon your god will automatically go away. I'm not exactly sure what they are, but okay. This actually is a sizable expansion party now. And none of our guys have turned into the ghosty boys that we've been talking about. So let's have this guy enter the gate. And might as well put these guys in here. Okay, let's go. I think we're going to have our god research until we get the stuff. He's going to get... The thing is, these guys have poison weapons, and the poison weapons are going to kill him. So we'll just send these guys where we don't exactly care. Oh god, we've run out of money. Our populate, we're already at 4 candles. Things are looking pretty rough. The idea that I bought a commander here so that we could build a fort is like such a pipe dream. It's like if you're getting, it's like if you just get your car repossessed, right? Because you can't pay the car bill, and then you're out there like shopping for new cars the next day. It's like, yeah, maybe I'm not in the car running business yet. Maybe that's not where we are. Research is connected to total path level. Yeah, so we lost research too. Okay. When we won there, we lost a lot of our... These little Lobo Guard die really easily. They've got low protection. They've got a decent amount of hit points, and they're cheap. And they have very low upkeep. And they've got perfect morale. But they're not very good at fighting. They're okay once you put buffs on them, but... Okay. So we can forge things. I think we want to make a snake ring. We also want to make this. This is the first thing we want to make. Did we go in this? Oh, we didn't. We were not successful finding things, I don't think. And oh, we got some kind of cool spawns here. That's kind of nice. We got one spawn here. Thing of many eyes. Okay. Where do we want to go? We can go on land. This actually might be nice because we can go. Oh wait, stay put. No, this group has gosh, it's hard to get down to these tentacles. We're actually gonna have to go on land. But this army has a lot of these guys who are aquatic. They cannot go on land. These dudes can. They have legs, but the little flipper folk dude cannot. So I don't know what we're gonna do about that. It would also be nice. Okay, we can do this. We're going to have alteration. Oh, we have alteration too. So here's what we're going to do. This guy actually... Okay, so this guy is going to make the enchanted armor. This guy, we're going to alchemize a lot of our astral into nature. And we're going to make a poison ring. Because we need a poison ring to expand underwater. It's kind of a gap in our bless. But this guy, we'll now go... Oh, no, we'll script him next turn. And we've got 2 of these guys now, so we're going to switch back to the cheaper slave mage. And we're going to get... Oh, not those guys. we're going to switch back to getting more of these Tritons who are going to help us expand underwater. This will probably be our last round of Tritons. And then after this, we're going to switch to people that'll help us expand on land. And I'm not really sure what we should get. Maybe we should mass Illithids. What do you guys think? The worst part about LA Rlyeh is putting every critter and a madman into an army because it feels like they're randomly mindless. Yeah. Any good compared to the previous one? The last one you played was Dom 3. Yeah, I think it's way better than Dom 3. It's got like real-time battles. I mean, if you didn't like Dom 3 at all, I don't think you're going to like this. Let me put it that way. Right? But if you like Dom 3, I think you'll probably like this one. It's got a ton of improvements. A lot of the improvements are hidden. You know, it's like hotkeys that didn't used to exist, or like menus you can select, like that thing where I was clicking populations, kind of like, gosh. Oh, so this was our guy who got lost. Our first time to summon a void creature, we got lost to time and space. And now we are in the void. Welcome. So yeah, this is our bad luck continuing. There's a chance when you're lost in time and space, you respawn somewhere on the map. We got very lucky they could respawn near us, but there's also a chance you run into a void beast, and we ran into a very powerful void beast, a greater otherness. These guys regenerate, they have all the physical resistances, they have elemental resistances, and they trample. They're pretty good, and they're sacred. So, rip. And our summoning is not successful. We haven't really gotten any luck. We're gonna keep doing it. Just, you know, we have to, because it's cool. Okay, we're gonna go up here. Oh god, that will get us killed. Can we? I wonder if we can take this with our god. So we've now got the items we need, which I think are like the minimum kit. Let's take a look. What could we do? We can do Ice Shield, which is going to protect us from a lot of things. So we can do Quicken Self. We can do Ice Shield. I don't think anything else is going to be terribly helpful. Let's get on land first. Oh, wait, no, this is Bloodhenge Druids, but they're not going to do shit. Right? They're not going to do shit. Well, but this... Okay, let's go on land. We're going to leave the underwater stuff for this army. I really want Alt 3 now. That's going to give it... Oh, Liquid Body will be nice too. So we'll go Alt 4, and then we're going to go up to Construction 5, which will give us more gear for our god, and then we'll probably pick up some enchantment. Oh, so this is a free spawn cultist. So we're going to get these guys all throughout the game. So this guy's a little, you know, cultist. He's going to walk around, have a spread dominion, you know, as one does. We particularly want to do it in low population provinces. We don't really have a lot of those yet, though. So we're actually going to move him with the army, and we're just going to have him cast spells here. Do we have other things we can put? No. Okay. I'll tell you when we get the next... Are there new Void Beasties? Not really new Void Beasties. I think you get more of them, it felt like when I played it. From pre-spawn. The death icon color change. Yeah. Oh, we finally got something. We got a lesser otherness. Okay. It's going back in. Oh, this guy got an astropath. Oh no, it was a new guy. Okay, so we'll watch this battle here. Does Ice Shield work on land? It does not, so I should take that off. That's a good point. And then on land, this is our god. Our muted Facehugger Voidlord. Quicken Self. Cheat Fate. You can see he's pretty fierce. There's definitely a chance, because we don't have regen. There's a chance we get more afflictions. I'll have to see if we can put the cap recuperation mod on in the workshop soon too. It'll make expanding with your god and stuff more fun. It's never fun when you get an affliction. But yeah, we got one here. Okay, so we've got this province. It's now ours. Crossbowmen, we don't want to fuck with that. Maybe a few crossbowmen would be okay. Let's change this script. We get some human dreamers. Maybe we site search here, because I think next turn, no, it's going to be a while. Oh, we can go here. Yeah, let's take this one. Let's get these lake provinces. We're going to try to get non-aggression packs, too, with the AI. We'll see if they oblige us. God, this is 40 guys. I think it's actually closer to 50, and they're really good. I want to move these guys a little farther forward so they get there. These dreamers are a little faster than they are. So I want to make sure these guys make good contact, because we are going to wheel up or nut up or something. We're going to something up and go attack. Oh no, we're not getting the things we need. I think I need to get, maybe we wait a turn here. I should have prepared better. I think we need an Illithid. We're going to get a couple of these guys to help lead, because I need to combine whatever I have here. I need to combine that with this army to take this. Triton troopers are tough. We don't want ice shield. Twist fate. Yeah, I guess we'll just do this. Do we have fear? We do. Okay, I think we're going to be okay to take that. It's 50 units, which is a lot. But it is what it is. Kaio, what's up, man? Just want to say thank you so much for your videos. I eagerly await reviews of the new nations. Yeah, those will be fun. Hopefully, we haven't really started getting the new mechanics yet for Rlyeh. Hopefully, they start happening soon. So far, the only new mechanics we've gotten that have really kind of successfully been implemented on us has been us getting muted. I don't think I've ever seen that event. I wonder if it's a new one. Yeah, he fucks those guys up. All right, no new afflictions, so that's pretty good. Ooh, Ictid warriors. All right, so we're headed this way. We're going to pick up as many of these guys as we can. Okay. Because we just need... these guys are basically just reinforcements. Because Triton troopers are tough. This guy can research, which is kind of cool. We're still entering the site. We didn't find anything. What were our events? Unrest. Children are disappearing at the night. Earth gems. That's pretty useful, actually. Children are disappearing. More unrest. Oh, God. We're just not going to be allowed to have anything nice this game. We actually have enough money to start making a fort. And therefore... Oh, almost enough. We do have enough. All right. Let's go ahead and bump up the PD here, too, a little bit. Just get a little bit. Hopefully we have something there if the AI... or if the game decides to attack us. The event was in Dom 5. I've just never seen it happen that early. Yeah. Ooh, an Awake Void Lord. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, indeed. Okay, here we go. This is going to be one of our bigger expansion battles. That's kind of a cool thing about Dominion 6, is you get a lot bigger battles in expansion. You get like this is going to be Sea of Woe. Like this is a pretty big battle. You got to really fight for these things. Like look at these guys, and these guys are way better than our dudes. Ooh, was this an otherness? Wait, where's the... Oh, this guy. Yeah, an otherness. Yeah, those are pretty sick. Turn team colored squares on so you guys can see what's happening. Our otherness is trampling a good bit of stuff. He's got 30 hit points left. Hopefully he doesn't die. This left flank is crushed. These trident dudes do a lot of damage. But these guys are... The Triton troopers are really tough. Our slaves have routed. Oh man, that was really close. So we won that, but barely. We lost 39 dudes, a lot of which were chaff. The guys we kind of care about are the slave guardians, and we had a lot of them. But we lost a fair number. We lost 9, and then a lot are going to have died in retreat. So 29 dispersed and retreated on their own. 15 made it back to friendly territory. So we lost probably another 15. We lost a lot taking this fight. A whole lot. So, Atlantis, making his presence known underwater. I don't support this action. I don't think we're going to have peace with Atlantis. We're going to go kill them. But this army also can't really... Well, we have nothing to do except come over here. Yeah, fuck these guys. My province. Okay. We'll switch back to slave mages for a hot minute. Okay, we attacked here. A bunch of ichthyds. Okay, Dom 6 is so expensive, I'm torn whether to buy it. I think... Okay, so if you're on the fence to buy Dominion 6, here's what I think. If you know you don't like Dominions 3 or 4, or 5, don't buy it. If you like them, but you're, like, wondering whether it's worth it, I think single player has improved a good bit, like, because, you know, you can have peace with the AI and things like that. And we just know more, like, we understand how, like, the defensive, standard, and aggressive AIs work, and we understand some of the timings around when they can declare war. So I think, you know, the single player experience, both from the game being better and then also from us understanding it better, I think is better for single player. The UI features are a lot better. So I think the question is, like, if you like liked it but maybe didn't play it as much as you wanted to because you kept getting frustrated because you'd get stomped by the AI some games and it'd be easy other games, like if you were frustrated with kind of that part of the game, then it's totally worth picking up for just that reason. The other thing is, if you had many hours in Dominions 5 or 4 or 3, like if you have hundreds of hours in it, even if it's just in single player, I think it's probably worth picking up. Like any game you get that you're going to like and you can pick up, you know, you can play for a couple hundred hours. That's pretty cheap entertainment. However, you know, if you... Ooh, let's come down here. We'll build a temple. Oh, this guy's insane as hell. Have we gotten any other profits yet? No, not yet. But yeah, if you only play it like 20 hours, like if that's the total amount of time you had, and the issues you had weren't really like the AI wasn't giving you a fun challenge, or it was like, you know, forever warring you, it's just like you kind of had trouble getting into the game, then I would probably maybe watch some videos more of people doing single player, see how excited you get. If you're not getting that excited, maybe it's not for you, you know? So yeah, that's kind of how I think. I mean, it's just really how much you think you're going to play it. It's kind of the main thing. Wait, where do the slave guardian? We'll put him in here. Well, let's try to take this from Atlantis and then ask for a non-aggression pact. So the other thing is we have a border with them. I'll show you guys a little bit. Where's the thing? They're apprehensive. They're going to be aggressive, not like us. So this is like Cold War state. I mean, maybe we don't do this. This probably isn't... We're going to go fight and kill them, but I don't know if we should do it right now. They really don't have much else to do. Because a lot of these guys are aquatic. These guys are amphibious. The guys with the 2 flippers are aquatic. Okay, we really shouldn't make any more of these guys. I don't know why we've been doing that. Let's go ahead and start making Meteorite Guard. Because these guys are going to be worth it. Meteorite Guard are so good. They're slaves, so they have reduced upkeep, even though they have pretty good morale. They're pretty cheap. They have these wonderful magic weapons and decent stats, and pretty good MR. They're really one of the better troops in the game. And then they've got dark vision too. So, oh, the pricing. Yeah. I mean, I think it depends. You know, money means different things to different people. If $30 is a big splurge, yeah, maybe don't do it. But it's also like, how much do you think you'll play it? versus how much is that money worth for you. Like, if it's something you think you'll play a couple hundred hours, that's pretty cheap, amortized over $30. If it's something you think, like, because there's a lot of strategy games that I've bought where I like play them for like 2 hours and I'm like, eh. So, you know, if you're only going to play it 2 hours, $30 is a ton of money. So, anyway, it's a decision nobody can make but you. Oh, we have all three, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, women and children of all ages. What do we get here? Body Ethereal, Freeze, Immolition. Isn't this the Area of Effect one? Area of Effect 7. Let's see if we can do this last one. I think this would be cool if we could get an Immolition script in. Let's see if we can do it. This would be kind of cool. I think this is okay. But what is this guy doing? This guy's moving out. There's really not much we can do with these aquatic units now. We're kind of stuck with them. We'll keep them over here. Let's actually dump the aquatic units, because there's nothing we're going to be able to do with them. We'll bring all the aquatic units. The aquatic ones are easy to tell. They have the 2 flippers. Just bought it. Oh, sweet, man. Welcome to the elite community of Dominion 6 owners. Yeah, that's another thing. There is a discount now. So if you guys bought it really early, you can like refund it, I think, and get a new one, a new copy for the discounted price. I think it's cheaper than the old Dominions used to be. So if you've never bought Dominions before and you're wondering which one you need to get, this is not something where you need to collect Dominions 3, 4, 5, and 6. Just buy the latest one. And this one's, I think, cheaper than the other ones. I think. I haven't checked that. Ooh, let's watch this battle, though, because we get to see Ethereal go off. So as we get more research, our god becomes much stronger. So he does Quicken Self. This is going to double the number of attacks he gets around. Ethereal, this is going to make 3/4 of mundane attacks against him miss. You can see him healing here as he attacks people. And I'll put, if you hit 1, 2, 3, or 4, it gives you different levels of detail for the combat log. So I'll put it on 3, and you can see there's a bunch of people attacking him and doing 0 damage. And if you hit 4, you can see why. So I'll go through some of the stats so people who are new know how this works. So 4 is showing me the detailed combat log. So hits light infantry hits Voidlord in the leg with the spear for 0 points of damage. He had an attack roll, so first you have to get past their defense. So he succeeded here. He got 23 attack versus 11 defense. And there's randomness in this number. And then the damage roll, he had a 13 damage spear, but he got an additional 6 damage from the damage dice roll, which is an open-ended exploding dice roll. Versus my protection, which is 19, but I got 18 for my exploding damage protection roll. So because the protection rolls were higher than the damage rolls, it comes out to 0 points of damage. And that's one of the main reasons I'm able to like tank these guys with just 1 unit. And Life Drain does 2 things. It heals me, which is what you see the green numbers coming up, which is why I've got 153 hit points here, even though my maximum hit points is 100. Because you can actually go above your maximum hit points through Life Drain. But it's also keeping my fatigue down. Normally I'd be getting 3 fatigue around because my encumbrance is 3. So every time I attack, I get 3 fatigue. Or actually 6 fatigue around because I have quickness. But you can say I only have 3 fatigue, and that's because every time I attack and hit somebody with the Life Drain tentacle, as you can see here in the bottom, all damage from this attack will yield a Life Drain benefit to the attacker. The Life Drain will yield a half hit point and 2 fatigue point per hit point drained. So half the damage I deal will come back to me as hit points. And twice the damage I deal will come back to me as fatigue points. So the Life Drain's attack are going to keep you from fatiguing out usually very well. Did he do Immolition, though? That's the real question. Attack. Run in. Did we get an Immolition cast? It doesn't look like it. A lot of times they don't cast spells when they're in combat. You have to have combat caster for that to go off reliably. So it just is what it is. Heavy cav. Can we take heavy cav? That might be a bridge too far. Once we have liquid body, we could, but I think it's a little too risky. But maybe we can snag this and come over here and snag that. That would be pretty nice. Okay, we're gonna leave these aquatic units down here as we come back. Now, everybody we have here, we've picked up some othernesses. Did we get more summoning? No. We're gonna pick up these othernesses. I think these guys are amphibious as well. And we're going to pick up these guys, who I think can go in that stack. These guys. This is just chaff. Can we go? We haven't gotten any of the ghost critters yet. I guess you have to have pretty high dominion. It's a low % chance, but I tell you what, in the test game I had set up, it starts adding up pretty quickly. Like once you start having high dominion, they start converting. Oh, we got our first one. So this is it. This is one of the things I wanted to show you. So this is a Void Herald. So what can happen is anybody you don't have to be insane. It's like a flat chance for you to turn into a Void Herald. Maybe you do have to have some insanity. I can't remember exactly how it works. It's not like a command that they get though. But anyway, you can turn into a Void Herald and you get this chassis, which basically you're ethereal, which is good. And you have Void Sanity now. So you won't get any more insane once you turn into a Void Herald. Or not very much more insane. It might be possible with like a dice roll, you still get a little bit more insanity. But yeah, so these are cool. And they also don't have upkeep. Your slave mages can turn into them. So it's kind of cool. You'll end up having these like halfway insane slave mages, but they won't keep getting more insane once they convert. And your troops will convert into something like this as well, but of course they won't have pass, but they'll look like this. They're equipped with Dream Touch, which does armor negating false damage, which is pretty cool. Do you lose paths if it happens to a mage? You do not. You keep the paths. So this guy kept his holy path. He was a holy 1 mage before, and he's a holy 1 mage now. So that's how that works. Let's go ahead and send some of these guys around. We can't really preach over here. Getting more slave mages, that all looks fine. We can't, this army's too small to go attack stuff with. What we could do is just try to mass up an army to kill Atlantis. That would be fun. But we're going to run out of time. I actually have to run at 6, my time. So that gives me 5 more minutes here to stream. But we'll pick this game up later and play it. But just to give you guys a heads up. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get more of these guys. Oh, so let's start doing the diplomacy thing because we only have a bit of time left today, even though we'll pick it up later. Okay, so they're apprehensive. Let's go ahead and see if these guys, because I don't want to, if we're going to kill Atlantis, I don't want to be fighting with everybody. So we're going to send them a non-aggression pact, and we'll see what they say. It might take 1 turn to come back. I can't remember how long it takes, so we'll try to get at least 1 more turn in after this one. Which means I'll probably have to not run my yapper as much. Oh, so this is interesting. So we were fishing in the Void Gate, and this is the scenario where... we cast Body Ethereal. We cast Blessing. We cast Personal Iron Skin. This is all pretty good. Blur. Going to be very hard to hit. We got Blur applied to us, which is this thing. Holy Avenger and Holy Word. So they've run out of ammunition. They've hit 50 fatigue. I don't know. How did that work? Can't click on these guys. Yeah, they've hit 50 fatigue, so they've stopped using Mind Blast. True Sight. We're running out of fatigue ourselves. But once we get in melee, if we get a few life drain attacks off, we'll probably be okay. What kind of attack do these guys have? They have a life drain attack and a paralyze attack, and we are paralyzed. Oh, but we get a life drain attack off, and some of that's our attack bless coming in clutch. We've got way better attack score than they do. Okay, we've yeeted the first guy. We've earth gripped him. This is holding him in place. It sets his defense to 0 almost. And then Fists of Iron. Just freaking get out of here. All right. Far away from prying eyes and ears. Okay. Well, you know, that is what it is. We're going to come over here and take this. And hopefully this next turn we get a message back. Hopefully we get a message back from Andromania. Get to see the diplomacy in action. I don't know the reasons, but we'll keep asking them, and eventually they might accept. We get to have peace with some of our neighbors so that we can... You know, there's hardly anything... Oh, it's Bloodhinge Druids, though. It's like, oh, we can maybe just take it. Bloodhinge Druids are good, though. What if we just do attack closest? Will this work? Okay, we're going to do this for the throws. It may work. It may not. We'll put some chaff in here, too. Okay. Okay, and we'll see if we get a message back here from these guys. On neglecting your responsibilities, embrace the void. Yeah. Did they really change late age Rlyeh? They did. You're not seeing a ton of it right now. I mean, there's the fort population, which is probably coming into effect pretty soon. What are we at? Oh, we still got a decent amount of population. We're losing 10% of turns, so we're bleeding out population pretty fast. But it won't ever go to 0. So that's a nice thing for these light pop kill nations. Oh, we have a battle here. So that's one of the changes, but the big thing is your guys are eventually going to turn into these Heralds of the Void, and it doesn't seem like a big deal right now, but I'm telling you, once you get High Dominion in a lot of places, it'll start stacking up. Alright, these Dark Vines are pretty sick. They've got a bunch of these armor-piercing attacks. But fortunately, we were able to push through here. We lost a fair amount of stuff. 2 Meteorite Guard, and we lost one of our othernesses, which are pretty valuable. So yeah, actually, you do have Sacreds. Your Sacreds here are your things from the Void. So you could take a Bless for them. Though attack skill is not going to be horrible on those guys. Tritons. Okay, here we've started getting them. Look, we've started getting... So these are the guys you get. And your free spawn turn into them, okay? So they get a Dream Touch. And at first this seems worse, like a downgrade. But this is armor negating magic damage. These guys are generally a lot better than the chaff. So this is a major upgrade when they turn into this. For the most part. You know, they have less hit points. Oh, or no, is it the same? I thought they had less. Yeah, they have a little less hit points, but they're ethereal. They're stealthy too. And then they have a magic armor negating attack. So they're not amazing, but they're definitely an upgrade for the chaff. Or not definitely. In most cases, they are. Yeah, we're starting to get some here too. Because the way... We haven't seen a lot of it now, but the way to think about it is that it scales with two things. It scales, one, with how much dominion you have in a province, right? So, like, the more dominion, the more likely it is the conversion is going to happen. But it also scales with the amount of chaff you have in the province, right? So the more chaff you have. And the dominion gives you chaff. So it's like dominion squared, kind of, but with time interacting with it. Because you need... Basically, the chaff needs to be in the province for a while, but once you have a lot of chaff in a high dominion province for a long time, you start getting high conversion rates. Okay. Oh, we're just going to keep going around this coast, because I'm telling you, we're going to take this stuff from Atlantis. And we haven't been doing PD. All right, it's 6 o'clock. I got to go now, guys. But we'll end this turn, because I want to... Okay, we'll do the PD stuff later, but... Oh wait, we can't move there. We would die. Okay, we're gonna come back and pick up more garbage. Like, what we could also do is take this from a low dominion province and move it to a high dominion province. Maybe like our capital, which is 9. What's it here? 8. Yeah. We've also got a lot of money, so we can build more stuff. Where do we have... Like, we could build something... Let's build something underwater over here. These guys here. Anyway, bunch of things to do. We have a ton of money, so we need to put up more forts, get our research going, get our dominion spread, get more of the free spawn, get more of the free spawn converted, get more void creatures. So there's a bunch of things we can be doing. Man, we have had the worst luck trying to summon things. Oh god, there were enemy mages in this province. I'll watch this real quick. We'll see if we got a missive back from Andromania. Oh, he cast Demolition. Cool. Yeah, you can see he ruins these guys. And I've got it in fast forward because I gotta run. Wait, did they reply to us? No? Guys, let's propose a non-aggression pact. Come on. I think they normally reply and say they're no or something. But we'll see if they actually do end up doing it. But I'll go ahead and build some rock walls here. And this fort's about to come up. But yeah, that's it for now. We'll pick this game back up later. It'll be kind of fun. We'll see if we can conquer Atlantis. We'll explore the diplomacy system. And yeah, look forward to seeing you guys in future games. And you know, hope to see you tuned back in. I got my foot in my mouth, so I'll take it out and end the stream here.